Good morning, Sonic. How you guys doing today? Welcome to Good Morning Sonic, your favorite, perhaps only Fantom talk show we're talking about, baby. We distribute onto X directly, GM_Sonic on YouTube and Spotify. Find us, follow us, like us, love us, baby. Because we're going to talk about important stuff that you need to hear. So thanks for joining us today. Thank you, Dracula, my co-host. How you doing today, man?
Man, I'm doing pretty good. We're recording a little early today, but we're all waking up. So I'm about halfway through my coffee, feeling good. Got some fun stuff to talk about today. It's always kind of fun when you get to more just be like kind of like gossipy little, just negative Nancy. That's just really where we shine. I can't wait to get into it.
We're going to engage in some Fantom locker room talk. This is what all the guys are talking about today on Fantom, at least this week. It's the big blue elephant in the room. I think I'm taking charge here, Dracula. We're going straight into Kirby, dude.
Let's get into it, man.
Because I got a personal gripe. If you watched the last episode, you saw me open up. I was being real vulnerable and personable. Kirby, I'm also familiar with. Seen his cute little face. Little fun fact about me as a little kid, I played a lot of Kirby. I love Kirby, dude. He's a cute little guy, and he eats people.
So that's what happened to your life. That's what happened to your life savings.
Yeah, so that's why I put all my money is Blue Kirby. No, I'm not in yet. I want to get in, but I gotta be sold on this, guys. And what do they do within 24 hours of me giving them a very slight nod? Give me this abomination, this travesty.
Essentially, unless you're living under a rock and you only check X like once every 2 or 3 weeks, you probably have noticed there is a large meme coin meta going on Solana right now. We kind of talked about it briefly on Tuesday. The meta is kind of like bringing it back to the early ERC20 craze. People are literally just posting wallet addresses and saying, send all your soul here. Trust me, bro. You're going to get coins. You're going to love it. We're going to be the next big meme coin. Kirby decided they had recently made their token bridgeable to Solana. I don't know how it was doing over there. They decided to get in on this. They were accepting Solana for a pre-sale called GUI, which I think is also related to Kirby somehow. I'm not positive.
I have no idea.
I mean, if the Kirby man here does not know who GUI is, then maybe he's not related to Kirby. The thing blew up. I want to say it was something like 5,000 soul or something. I can't remember the exact number. It was well into, $600,000-$700,000 USD for what they brought in. What happens when you have that much money just sitting in a wallet?
We're going to tell two tales about that on this episode. What happens when you just have a bunch of money sitting in one person's wallet?
Yeah. The team doesn't necessarily have the greatest reputation on Fantom. They kind of have their own little pocket of followers. My condolences to whoever was a holder. For all intents and purposes, it seems like they were going to go through with this. But the network is really congested. What's been happening with a lot of these pre-sales on Solana has been like people are like launching and they're actually airdropping and launching, but the dexes aren't picking up stuff fast enough because the network's so congested, and a lot of these launches have just been like insanity. So I guess they had somebody airdropping the tokens. Something happened with the airdrop. Only some people got their tokens. The majority didn't. They're claiming that the dev messed up, the network was messed up, but when you got down to sort of the nitty gritty of it, they only LP'd about $80,000 out of that $600,000 or $700,000. Little bit of a red flag there. Was this all planned? Who knows? Maybe they intended to do this and it just kind of got messed up and then they just said, screw it. But that's basically what happened. So launch is a total failure. Everybody's going crazy. Where's my money? Where's my Solana? They come out at first and they say, hey, this all got screwed up. If you did not receive tokens, you're going to get your Solana back. If you got tokens and didn't sell the tokens, you're going to get Solana back. If you got the tokens and sold the tokens, you're kind of boned, but maybe that part's a little fair. I'm not sure. So we start there. Well, people are still mad. No money's being distributed. About 12 hours go by, maybe a little less. They post what is possibly the greatest Medium article of all time, and this is where things begin to get a lot more dark.
Yeah. So I want to clarify too, I was chuckling a little bit. We're having a little fun here, but this is really just because it is an unbelievably bad Medium article, completely unprofessional. There's a complete meltdown what we're seeing of like a team, a project, right? Like
Yeah.
this response is not helpful to anybody, not to that team, not to the community that they were working with. They probably just don't really care at this point. Who knows? Here's the story in their own words. They did not capitalize a single word, which I find kind of impressive. You'd have to
It's a
turn
good
off
way to get
auto.
your message across that you're like stream of consciousness just typing away furiously.
Well, you had to turn off autocorrect. This is like a stylistic choice, I think. Well, I guess maybe if they're doing it on a PC, but also look at what he's watching on TV, dude. Like he's just staring into that's Attack on Titan. I didn't notice that.
Oh. I
Look
was
at
thinking it
anime.
was more of like an American Psycho deal where he was just staring straight into like some like
That's kind of what I thought
his
too.
reflection, like thinking about like his mass killing spree is about to go on. So
That's what I thought originally at first, because I couldn't really tell what was on this TV. But anyway, so here's the story of Blue Kirby and his loving support for Andre.
no clue how that comes into play, but
Yeah, I don't think they ever explain what that means. This is a message from the core team. The GUI presale was meant to bring in eyes from Solana to adapt them into Fantom. Contrary, it turned out to become an event of shambles, but not entirely. The behavior of the presale or the community who got into the presale was, to say the least, disgusting. Without even giving the team a moment to do well, they experienced the heaviest FUD attack on us since 2021.
yeah, the FUD attack of 2021, man. Very, very few made it out with their bags. It was a bloodbath.
The heaviest FUD attack since 2021. This is like D-Day, this launch on Solana. They didn't even stand a chance. They treated the Kirby team and admins as if this is the only presale that has performed this way today. No, they all did. They have blamed Kirby for the shit Solana chain, Dex, Radium, and the congestion in transactions. Things that are completely out of control. There was fuck-ups on timing. It was a short delay, and then the airdrop where some received 2x the amount, which was only realized much later. In no way does this create the type of FUD experienced.
Yeah, because losing people's funds usually goes pretty well in the Web3 space when you mess up the distribution of pre-sale funds. I have found that people usually are very relaxed and whatever about that kind of situation.
Yeah, usually people are really calm and collected when you do a big fuck up and then you don't apologize for it and you blame everyone else for it. That's usually what you're supposed to do. Is you're supposed to just say, it wasn't my fault. I did nothing wrong. You're being too mean to me.
You're being mean.
And also, from my understanding, there were, the airdrop where some received 2x amount. I have not heard that anyone received 2x amount. I heard that just no one got what they paid for.
Yeah, some people got sort of their airdrop. Some people just got nothing.
So there was a refund promised. It will not happen. We have went through all of the wallets, and only around 215 wallets received a delayed airdrop. All of that noise was from 200 pests spamming constantly. I can't really follow what that means. So they're saying half of their customers, their users, got boned, and they're saying, well, screw them.
Yeah, so they're saying there was only like 200 people that didn't get anything, and they should chill out.
Yeah, so some sold dust and wanted to get refunded on top of it. Others are DMing us saying they sold but didn't realize there is a refund coming. Some are even asking us to refund their buys that they sniped. The unlucky bit that didn't sell and held and didn't receive a fair airdrop has to suffer for the rest. Honestly, like psychopathic behavior.
It's kind of crazy. It's sort of a god complex thing going on here right now.
Yeah, like they're literally admitting like it's within our power to do something, but we're not going to do anything because
other people were mean to us, so now nobody gets their money.
If you understand, do you know what that actually stands for? Fuck you. We will say that to every Jeet that shits on us, to every degen that wants to burn his neighbor by getting a quick 1.5x and dump, To every mofo that has the slightest balls to call us scammers. 3 months of us grinding and hard work, sitting in the trenches, releasing launch pads, NFT set for free, updates constantly, market making buybacks, tripling up on all-time highs, community coordination, first Fantom sex listing, influencer marketing
That's
campaigns.
just not even true, but anyway.
We have even lost one of our most trusted admins to this debacle. Is it our fault? Yes, it
Oh,
is.
no.
He
He
quit.
quit? Dude.
I was interpreting this as a suicide. It is something we would never do if we knew this was the outcome. Will we sit around and get called scammers and bullied over some people losing 1 to 3 soul? Fuck no. Can you trust us? That is up to you. Now you will really understand what Blue Kirby is. Prepare for a pump. This is an executive order from a decentralized project, the most decentralized on Fantom by far. The haters can hate, but those who sustain ground will benefit from this most. We do apologize to the good ones. Real quick, let me just show you guys something. If you probably noticed this big thing here, this was deleted. They deleted this really quickly after putting it out because it's so embarrassing. Like, just check it out. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But that pump that they were talking about, let's take a look here. Yeah, it didn't pump. It went straight to 0. Couldn't have gone to 0 faster.
That's called an inverse pump.
Yeah, the inverse pump.
Yeah.
Kirby rugged.
The hits kind of keep coming, as you can see here. They have these like governance votes all the time, which,
Okay.
you know, for a meme coin, it's also like, okay, whatever. They very humbly go to the community that should the team quit, should the community take it over? To me, I figured, hey, this is just kind of like a nice way to say goodbye. You know, there's no talk about like the treasury, you know, where the money's going. It's just kind of like we screwed up and, you know, we got so many haters that, you know, we don't know if this team can cover it. We might just need to check out with all the money we made and say adios. Well, their loyal followers said, no, please stay with us. You can't leave.
Wow.
So I don't think that kind of worked out for, you know, what they were hoping was going to happen. They've told everyone to fuck off. They're keeping the money. They've told their actual holders, hey, we're going to pump the token, so maybe you're not so mad about, you know, whatever money you've lost. They tried a governance vote to leave. Everybody says, no, you can't leave. So they're just like, fuck, like what are we going to do? They say that Nintendo, it was code red at Nintendo headquarters. It said, there is a shit coin on an alt L1 that is defacing our beautiful, hungry ghost. We have to go after them. So they let it be known the following day that Nintendo is coming after them for being called Kirby. And then, poof, the rug pull is finally complete.
Did they post that on Twitter that Nintendo was suing them?
Yeah, so they did. All right,
Nintendo assassins were dispatched.
Yeah,
apparently murderers.
Apparently they posted it in their socials, like Telegram and Discord. I don't know if it made it to the Twitter or not, because basically they finalized deleting everything and fully disappearing after they announced that Nintendo was on the hunt and that now they were going to have to flee the country and hide out somewhere for the next 20 or 30 years.
They have to flee the country. Like, where, like, all right, I'll be honest with you, like, that these documents, these Kirby written documents that we've been reading, these are not written by, I would say, native English speakers or an adult. It's either one or the other. Like,
I'd say it's somewhere, it's somewhere in the mix there. It's not a native English speaker, and they're probably like, 17 years old. But.
Yeah, like, I mean, the language is very strange. So, like, I mean, where are they going to flee to? I imagine they're already like in Croatia or something, someplace. It's like,
yeah, I mean, when Nintendo's
hard for Japan to reach.
Yeah, I mean, it may as well be the CIA if Nintendo is coming after you for copyright infringement. That was just such a coincidence that happened right after all the money they took in and everything. So
yeah, I also want to point out, isn't it amazing the power of governance?
Yeah, I mean, they were going to have
people voted. What are they going to do? Just ignore the vote?
Yeah, I mean, you can't just be like, I'm not going to listen to this. I have to now do what the vote said. So,
It's an unfortunate tale. Rip, R.I.P. to everyone who has owned Blue Kirby and has seen their holdings go to zero. But par for the course when you play with meme coins still, especially with a team as bizarre as the Kirby team.
At least I was saying that, I sometimes view it more as like just playing in the casino, but you do have these newer projects. And when I say newer, I mean it's kind of popular right now, where the projects that seem to succeed, or do the best are the ones that, get kind of more of like this cult following. And I think that's kind of what they were gunning for. And I think since they had started, it was kind of working. They kind of cultivated this, like, everybody hates us, but we're going to pump and we're whatever. So it seemed to kind of work for them. But unfortunately, as often happens with Anon cult leaders, they eventually got to get the bag somehow. So
yeah, the 600 grand or whatever was too much to just leave on the table just to run a project, They cashed out. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. Well, that's not the only pre-sale project that has occurred in the last couple of weeks, though, right, Dracula?
The Fantom Goat, a well-known personality that has emerged with the markets kind of warming up on Fantom. Seeing all this Solana pre-sale stuff happening, seeing what happened with the Kirby sale, it just wasn't a good look. Every chain that's killing it with meme tokens has that, 1 billion FDV token. They opened up a pre-sale for sGOAT. Same idea, had a wallet. Well, I guess at least in this case, a multi-sig. Send your Fantom here. It was blowing up. I guess they had a time limit and they capped it early, but then people got upset, so they reopened it. I think by the time everything was said and done, they raised like 4 million or 4.5 million Fantom or something. And that thing went live yesterday. There was chaos, but the good news is that unlike Solana, the chain was still functioning like normal despite all the heavy traffic, despite all the insanity. We'll see what happens here in the long run, but ultimately it was, solid launch. I guess they were just going to say, hey, let's do something that's positive instead of all this negativity that's been going around this week.
Well, thank God someone's trying to turn the mood around. I mean, but the mood is pretty good actually on Fantom. I mean, maybe it was because of this. Maybe this is a contributing factor. But at least as of right now, Fantom's like at $1.04, bro. Fantom has blasted through that dollar and is just hovering over there. And the Fantom Goat is doing what he can to push it even higher, man. Exciting stuff happening on Fantom, bro. Big things.
I know, it's like
now that we killed Blue Kirby, now that Blue Kirby is dead, now we have all this dead weight off of us. Now we can really soar. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Sorry, maybe it's a little too aggressive. Maybe I should. I just think he has it coming, Blue Kirby. So I do admire the GOAT pointing out no more hedgehog shit, no more Sonic. No, stop stealing IP. Let's just make a simple animal meme token. sGOAT. Go back to basics. You know what I mean? The goat, not the most memeable animal, but it's got potential, actually. It's a pretty goofy-ass animal. So things are looking good. Things are looking good on Fantom. And one of our favorite personalities on Fantom, the Lord and Savior, the Messiah, the Paul Muad'Dib of Fantom, Andre Cronje. He's out here just still slinging bars, dude. He's still out here slinging bars, giving it directly to the haters. He's not taking any guff from anybody, and least of all some VC chain like SEI. Say,
guy Jay, he's one of the founders of SEI. It seems like they kind of just, there's been little jabs here and there. I guess part of the problem is basically what Andre says below, which is, he's obviously taking a shot at Andre or Fantom or whatever with the, infinite horizontal scaling. That's been something.
Let's read it aloud real quick for people that are just listening. So Jay from SEI is saying, always be deeply skeptical of anyone that claims infinite horizontal scaling. Either they don't know what they're talking about or it's purely a marketing gimmick. So this real guy who worked at Robinhood, co-founder SEI Labs, going Super Saiyan. He's wearing a Super Saiyan Goku avatar, is talking mad shit at Fantom. This is a pot shot. Infinite horizontal scaling. Because Andre Cronje, he likes to throw this around. You know?
Yeah, that's been in like several of the. I know at least one of the blogs. I think that's been. I think it's been tossed around a little bit in terms of, infinite horizontal scaling. So obviously he was taking a little shot there. Like I mentioned, I think they've been kind of. I don't know if it's that they just want people to think that Fantom's their competitor or whatever with Sonic coming out, but there's been lots of little shots here and there. So Andre comes in. He says, I agree. Howardo's Oh my God. Andre comes in. He says, I agree. Howardo's unsubstantiated V2 meme claims coming along that you have been throwing around with zero evidence. At least Sonic is proven, public, and performs better in every metric. Happy to have discourse, but not if this is how you act. Best of luck to you. And yeah, I mean, this goes back to what we were talking about last episode, where I think that was a great thing they did with Sonic, where they just said, hey, we're not behind closed doors making these claims. You can check it on the chain. There is no trust me, bro. You can actually verify yourself here. So it is kind of bold words, considering that, there's all they've done so far for the SEI V2 is basically just say what it's going to do. There's actually not even really been, there has been some of those numbers tossed around, but so far there's nothing that anyone can actually verify.
Yeah. It's I remember it was something that I was kind of excited about when I first saw it because they were promising quite a bit, but yeah, there's not a lot of meat there. They don't let you really see any actual numbers, any real testing data. It's kind of take me at my word from my understanding, from what I could find. But what's really exciting here to me is we can really power scale Andre now, because to me he seems to have defeated a Super Saiyan. So Andre is stronger than Goku, possibly. Who knows? At least in the War of Words, he is. Also, this is a very composed tweet from Andre. It seems like he's doing a little bit better.
It is. It kind of when it begins, it sort of brings me back to the olden days of some very well written, snarky troll posts. But this is like a very professional, very hey, shut up, dick. So.
Yeah. This is a per my last email type reply.
Per my last email, your stuff is not on chain for anyone to verify. So therefore, I tip my hat. Good day, sir.
That's right. Yeah, man. So kind of funny. Further proof that Say has got nothing on Fantom because their guy doesn't have bars like this. Did he reply to Andre at all? He just let this sit there.
I didn't see Yeah, I didn't see a retort, so I think he thought, wow. People should probably be able to play with this on chain before I start making all these claims and talking mad shit.
Yeah. Well, Say defeated Fantom victorious. Don't include that, but yeah, awesome, dude. I'm liking this. It's just proving that Fantom is I don't know. It feels like things are really coming together. It feels like a really good energy. Like you're saying, being able to bounce like this is pretty good. And he ratioed him. So at least the Fantom army is mobilized.
Yep, that's a solid ratio there. So I'm curious to see what happens with that. I hope they continue some back and forth. But they are making some big claims for their V2. So we will see what they deliver.
Well, got anything else we want to cover, Dracula?
No, I think that's good.
Yeah, I think that's about it for me. We broke $1, the GOAT. Debita did heed my call. Debita reached out to me, and they provided their documentation. So I'm going to check them out. So look forward to that, me rambling incoherently in the future episode. Big shout out to them for watching and helping out, though. I want to thank everybody for watching. That's all we got for you today, folks. Lots of stuff going on, but we're running out of time. So we're going to jet. Be sure to follow us on Fantom Talk, where GMSONIC is posted on X. We are also on YouTube at GM_Sonic.
Don't forget the
underscore. Always remember the underscore. We're not liable for what you might see if you forget the underscore. And we're also on Spotify.
Yeah, so on Spotify, just search GMSONIC, and either there or pretty much anywhere else you like to listen to your podcast, we should pop right up.
We wish you the best, folks. Have fun out there. Stay safe and avoid blue Kirby's.
We'll see you Tuesday.
See you Tuesday.